Kingdom Plantae. Kingdom Plantae is a taxonomic group that includes all living, multicellular plants. This kingdom is characterized by organisms that are photosynthetic, meaning they can produce their own food using sunlight, carbon dioxide and water. It represents a diverse group of organisms that range from small, single-celled algae to towering trees. Plantae is divided into several major groups, including mosses, ferns, gymnosperms, and angiosperms. Some of the features that unite the members of Plantae include a cellulose cell wall, chlorophylls and B, and the storage of carbohydrates as starch. The importance of plants to humans and the rest of the biosphere cannot be overstated, as they produce oxygen, form the base of most food webs, and provide habitat and shelter for countless other organisms. Vascular plants. Vascular plants are a group of plants that have specialized tissues called xylem and phloem, which are responsible for transporting water, minerals, and sugars throughout the plant body. This allows vascular plants to achieve greater heights and sizes than non-vascular plants such as mosses and liverworts, which rely on diffusion to transport water and nutrients. Vascular plants can be further divided into two main groups: seedless vascular plants, such as ferns and horsetails, and seed plants, which can be further divided into gymnosperms and angiosperms. These plants are found in a wide range of environments, from deserts and grasslands to forests and wetlands, and play important ecological roles as primary producers and ecosystem engineers. B. Non-vascular plants. Non-vascular plants are a group of plants that lack specialized tissues called xylem and phloem, which are responsible for transporting water and nutrients throughout the plant body. This group includes many types of small, simple plants known as bryophytes, such as mosses, liverworts, and hornworts. Without a way to efficiently transport water, non-vascular plants are limited in size, and they typically grow close to the ground in damp environments. They do not produce flowers, fruits, or seeds, and instead rely on spores for reproduction. Despite their small size and simple structure, non-vascular plants are ecologically important, providing habitat for many other organisms and helping to maintain the integrity of soil and water systems. General features of Kingdom Plantae. Some general features of Kingdom Plantae are: 1. Multicellular organisms. Most plants are multicellular and are composed of a variety of specialized cells. 2. Cell walls made of cellulose. In contrast to animal cells, plant cells have a rigid cell wall made up of cellulose molecules that help to provide structure and support to the plant. 3. Autotrophic mode of nutrition. Most plants are autotrophic, meaning they synthesize their own food through the process of photosynthesis, which involves capturing light energy, carbon dioxide, and water to produce glucose and release oxygen. 4. Presence of plastids. Most plants contain specialized organelles known as plastids, which perform various metabolic functions, including photosynthesis, starch storage and synthesis of pigments such as chlorophyll and carotenoids. 5. Alternate generations life cycle. Most plants have a life cycle in which they alternate between diploid sporophyte and haploid gametophyte generations. 6. Reproduction. Plants can reproduce sexually or asexually, depending on the species. 7. Habitat. Plants are found in a wide range of environments, from dry deserts to wet rainforests, and are an important part of almost all ecosystems on the planet. Distinctive features of Kingdom Plantae. Some distinctive features of Kingdom Plantae are: 1. Cellulose cell wall. Plants have a unique cell wall made from cellulose, which provides rigidity and support to the plant cell. 2. Photosynthesis. Plants are the only kingdom of organisms that can perform photosynthesis, which is the process of converting light energy into chemical energy for growth and reproduction. 3. Alternation of generations. Most plants have a complex life cycle known as alternation of generations, in which they alternate between a haploid gametophyte generation and a diploid sporophyte generation. 4. Vascular tissue. Most plants have specialized tissues called xylem and phloem, which transport water, nutrients, and sugars throughout the plant body. 5. Seeds. Seed plants have evolved the ability to produce seeds, which protect and nourish the developing embryo, allowing for more widespread and efficient dispersal of offspring. 6. Flowers. Flowering plants, or angiosperms, have evolved specialized reproductive structures called flowers, which attract pollinators and produce seeds enclosed in fruits. 7. Ecosystem engineering. Plants are often called ecosystem engineers because they play important roles in the physical structure, nutrient cycling, and energy flow of ecosystems. They provide food, habitat, and shelter for many other organisms, and help maintain the balance of the Earth's ecosystems. Divisions of Kingdom Plantae. The kingdom Plantae is divided into several major divisions, including 1. Bryophytes, also known as non-vascular plants. This group includes mosses, liverworts, and hornworts. They lack true roots, stems, and leaves, and are typically found in moist environments. 2. Ferns and horsetails. This group includes some of the earliest plants to evolve vascular tissue. They have true roots, stems, and leaves, and reproduce via spores. 3. Gymnosperms. This group includes plants that produce seeds but lack flowers or fruits. Examples include conifers such as pine trees, spruces, and firs. 4. Angiosperms, also known as flowering plants. This group includes the largest and most diverse group of plants. They produce both seeds and flowers, which are specialized reproductive structures that attract pollinators. The angiosperms are further divided into two subgroups. A. Monocots, such as grasses, lilies and orchids, with one cotyledon, seed leaf, and parallel leaf veins. B. Eudicots, such as roses, sunflowers and beans, with two cotyledons and branching leaf veins. These divisions reflect the evolutionary history and relationships among plant species, and the features that distinguish them from one another. A. Division Bryophyta. Division Bryophyta, also known as the mosses, are non-vascular plants that lack true roots, stems, and leaves. They are typically small in size and found in moist environments, such as forests, swamps, and bogs. Bryophytes have a unique reproductive cycle that involves alternating between a haploid, N, gametophyte generation and a diploid, 2N, sporophyte generation. The gametophyte generation produces haploid sperm and egg cells, which combine during fertilization to form a diploid zygote that grows into the sporophyte generation. The sporophyte generation produces diploid spores that are dispersed into the environment and eventually develop into new gametophyte plants. Bryophytes play important ecological roles, including helping to stabilize soil, retain water, and provide habitat for a variety of organisms. They are also used by humans for a variety of purposes, including as a source of fuel, medicine, and horticultural decoration. Figure 1.4 Moss plant. General and distinctive features of division Bryophyta. The general and distinctive features of division Bryophyta are 1. Non-vascular. Bryophytes are non-vascular plants, which means they lack true roots, stems, and leaves. Instead, they have simple structures that help them absorb water and nutrients from their surroundings. 2. Small size. Bryophytes are typically small in size, ranging from just a few millimeters to a few centimeters tall. 3. Moist environments. Bryophytes are found in moist environments, such as forests, swamps, and bogs, where they can absorb water and nutrients from the surrounding environment. 4. Alternation of generations. Bryophytes have a unique reproductive cycle that involves alternating between a haploid, N, gametophyte generation and a diploid, 2N, sporophyte generation. 5. Haploid dominant. In bryophytes, the dominant stage of the life cycle is the haploid gametophyte, which is the stage that produces the haploid sperm and egg cells. 6. Spores for reproduction. Bryophytes reproduce using spores, which are produced by the diploid sporophyte generation. 7. Ecological importance. Bryophytes play important ecological roles in their ecosystems, including helping to stabilize soil, retain water, and provide habitat for a variety of organisms. Overall, bryophytes are unique and important members of the plant kingdom, with distinctive features that set them apart from other groups of plants. Advantages of mosses. Mosses, which are members of the division Bryophyta, offer several advantages. 1. Soil stabilization. Mosses help stabilize soil by preventing erosion and providing a substrate for other plants to grow on. This is especially important in areas with high rainfall or steep slopes. 2. Water retention. Mosses are excellent at retaining water, which helps maintain moisture levels in soil and prevent dehydration of plants. 3. Carbon sequestration. Mosses play an important role in carbon sequestration, as they can store large amounts of carbon in their tissues. 4. Biodiversity. Mosses provide habitat and food for a variety of organisms, including insects, snails, and small mammals. 5. Natural filtration. Mosses can help purify air and water by absorbing pollutants and other contaminants. 6. Aesthetic value. Mosses are often used in landscaping and horticulture for their aesthetic value, as they are visually appealing and easy to maintain. Overall, mosses are important and valuable members of the ecosystem, providing a range of benefits to both humans and the environment. Disadvantages of mosses. While mosses have several advantages, they also have some disadvantages. 1. Slow growth. Mosses grow very slowly compared to other plants, and it may take years for them to establish and spread. 2. Limited diversity. There are relatively few species of mosses compared to other plant groups, which limits their ability to adapt to changing environmental conditions. 3. Habitat loss. Mosses are sensitive to changes in their habitat, and habitat loss and degradation can lead to declines in moss populations. 4. Invasive potential. Certain species of mosses can become invasive and outcompete other plants, leading to changes in the composition of local ecosystems. 5. Limited use. While mosses have some practical uses, their applications are relatively limited compared to other plant groups. Overall, while mosses provide several benefits, they also have limitations and potential drawbacks that should be considered when evaluating their role in the environment. B. Division Phyllosynophyta, Pteridophyta. General and distinctive features of division Phyllosynophyta, Pteridophyta. Division Phyllosynophyta, also known as Pteridophyta, is a group of vascular plants that includes the ferns and their allies. Some general and distinctive features of this division are: 1. Vascular tissue. Pteridophytes are vascular plants, meaning they have specialized tissues for transporting water and nutrients throughout their bodies. 2. Leaves. Fronds. Pteridophytes have large, often divided leaves called fronds. The fronds are usually covered in small spore-containing structures called sori. 3. Alternation of generations. Pteridophytes have a unique life cycle that alternates between a haploid, N, gametophyte generation and a diploid, 2N, sporophyte generation. 4. Reproduction. Pteridophytes reproduce using spores, rather than seeds or flowers. The spores are typically produced in sori on the undersides of the fronds. 5. Ecological importance. Pteridophytes play important ecological roles, including providing habitat for wildlife and helping to stabilize soil in areas such as riverbanks and slopes. 6. Diversity. Pteridophytes are a diverse group of plants with over 12,000 different species, ranging in size from small, delicate ferns to large, tree-like horsetails. Overall, pteridophytes are an important and fascinating group of plants with unique features that make them distinctive. Advantages of ferns. Ferns have several advantages that make them important and valuable in various ways. Some of the advantages of ferns are: 1. Ecological roles. Ferns play important ecological roles in various ecosystems by providing habitat and food for wildlife, stabilizing soil, and contributing to nutrient cycling. 2. Ornamental value. Many ferns are grown ornamentally for their attractive and unique foliage, adding beauty to gardens and indoor spaces. 3. Medicinal properties. Some ferns contain compounds that have medicinal properties, such as treating stomach illnesses, fever, and pain. 4. Environmental indicators. Ferns are sensitive to environmental changes, and their presence or absence can indicate the health of an ecosystem or the level of environmental pollution. 5. Carbon sequestration. Ferns, like all plants, absorb carbon dioxide from the atmosphere during photosynthesis, which helps to mitigate the effects of climate change. 6. Erosion control. Ferns can be used for erosion control in areas prone to soil erosion, such as on slopes, along riverbanks, and in disturbed ecosystems. Overall, ferns have many advantages that make them important and valuable in various ways, from their ecological roles to their ornamental and medicinal properties. Disadvantages of ferns. While ferns have many benefits, they also have some disadvantages, such as: 1. Invasive species. Some fern species can become invasive and outcompete native plant species, disrupting natural ecosystems and reducing biodiversity. 2. Disease transmission. Ferns can sometimes harbor diseases or pests that can be transmitted to other plants. 3. Toxicity. Some fern species contain toxins that can be harmful to humans and animals if ingested or touched. 4. Limited uses. While ferns have some uses, they are not widely used for food, fiber, or other commercial purposes like other plant species. 5. Maintenance. Some fern species require specific growing conditions and can be difficult to maintain in gardens or indoor spaces. Overall, while ferns have many benefits, they can also pose some disadvantages, such as invasive species and potential toxicity, that need to be carefully managed and monitored. Revision exercise. 1. List any 3 general and distinctive characteristics of kingdom Plantae. 1. Plants are multicellular. Kingdom Plantae includes multicellular organisms, meaning they are composed of more than one cell. 2. Plants are autotrophic. Most plants are autotrophic, meaning they can manufacture their own food through the process of photosynthesis. 3. Plants have cell walls. Kingdom Plantae includes organisms with cell walls made of cellulose, which provides structural support and protection to cells. 2. Where are the male gametes produced from in organisms of division Bryophyta? In organisms of division Bryophyta, mosses, male gametes are produced from antheridia. Antheridia are specialized structures that produce and release sperm cells for fertilization of the female gametes. 3. List any 3 advantages of mosses. Mosses are primitive plants that have many advantages that make them important and valuable in various ways. Some of the advantages of mosses are: 1. Ecological roles. Mosses play important ecological roles by retaining water and nutrients in soil, stabilizing soil erosion, and providing habitat and food for insects, birds, and other wildlife. 2. Environmental indicators. Mosses are sensitive to environmental changes, and their presence or absence can indicate the health of an ecosystem or the level of environmental pollution. 3. Medicinal properties. Some moss species contain compounds that have medicinal properties, such as treating urinary tract infections, reducing inflammation, and preventing blood clots. Overall, mosses have many advantages that make them important and valuable in various ways, from their ecological roles in ecosystems to their medicinal properties. 4. Outline any 2 advantages of ferns. Ferns are a diverse group of plants that have some advantages that make them important and valuable in various ways. 2 advantages of ferns are: 1. Environmentally friendly. Ferns do not have flowers or seeds, which means they do not require resource-intensive pollination or seed production processes. This makes them an environmentally friendly option for landscaping, gardening, and other uses. 2. Soil stabilization. Ferns are useful in soil stabilization and erosion control because of their strong root systems, which can help prevent soil erosion and promote soil health. They can also be used as ground cover in areas where grasses and other plants are difficult to maintain. Overall, ferns have many advantages that make them important and valuable in various ways, from their environmentally friendly nature to their ability to stabilize soil and prevent erosion.